that is RR. Yes. Can I?
Uh, Good evening, sir. This is Dr. Ajay Swami here. I don't know if I'm audible to all my seniors and the doyens of cardiology, our pioneers for our cardiology. I'm really sorry to interrupt. We'll start a formal part of the evening, sir, by welcoming all our seniors. Dr. Smith, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Uh, you know, the idea behind this started actually when I was getting trained at PGI. So we had a small email group for the residents, and then that got extended when more juniors joined and I passed, and then more juniors joined. Then we started, moving backwards, and we tried, but we got stuck by say 2004 or 2005 when ACC was created, the Advanced Cardiac Center was created. No records were available prior to that. But now I'm very fortunate that I can see we could go back to the very first batch, and the first batch was the one that we honored last year. And it was, it was kind of reliving our training days. So and there are few things that we still maintain that email group. So I'll invite you to join that email group, join our WhatsApp group, and do bless us on every fourth Saturday every month between 8 and 9:30 p.m., where we have a class which is kind of replica of morning class at PGI, where only PGI alumni, cardiology alumni only participate, and we exchange ideas. We learn many things from, like sir said, doyens of cardiology. So I invite Dr. Ajay Swami to take over, and we can move ahead with the ceremony today.
Right, sir. We actually planned a small little program for all our seniors. Sir. We thought we will go year-wise from 77, 78, and 79. Small introduction followed by a small video. A little departure from procedure because Professor Chopra says he'll join at 8:30. So we'll play what we had decided for him at the end. As per the list that we have, which Dr. Smith has been kind enough to provide us, is Dr. Chopra and Dr. Ram Gopal Singh Shahi, the 77 batch, Dr. Anjan Kumar Bhattacharjee, Dr. Ramakrishna Pillai, and Dr. Charandas Gupta in the 78 batch, and Dr. Nagraj Desai, Dr. KV Sahasranamam, and Lieutenant General B.N. Shahi, the person who laid the foundation for cardiology in the armed forces, and in fact, modern medicine in the armed forces in the 79 batch. So, Dr. Smith, shall we start with Dr. We'll just play a small video of everybody, and then after that it's open, sir. It's just a very, very short 1 or 2 minute video per person, sir. Only for Dr. Chopra, I think we'll play after 8:30. Dr. Smith, yes, when he said he'll join.
Sir, we'll introduce we'll start with Dr. Ram Gopal Singh Sahi, and then we'll play his video. We'll have him, recall some memories, and then we'll move to the.
Yeah, let's start. Right, sir. I hope that meets with everybody's approval. Is that all right, sirs?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Yeah. Play it. Should we play it, sir?
Yeah, Ritesh, please.
Please. That's Dr. Ram Gopal Shahi.
Yes.
Sir, any reminiscences you'd like to make before?
I have lots of reminiscences. Actually, I did the DM just accidentally because I basically did the house job at that time. There used to be house job. So when you get bored, tell me I will finish, because otherwise everybody has a long story. So I did the house job in medicine and gynae. So then I applied for medicine, MD I could not get. I got MD in pediatrics without doing any house job in pediatrics. So they asked us to do house job for 6 months, learn small things of the neonates. Then after that, 6 months in neonatology, then 6 months in social pediatrics. By that time, there was a big strike at that time in 74, about 1-2 months. The courses were reduced from 3 to 2 years MD, and thesis were finished. I have never done a thesis in my life. So, so then Dr. Balia asked me that the exam was due. Okay, Ram Gopal, you have done only 5 months in the ward. Can you appear in the MD pediatrics? I said, I don't have any money. I can't go anywhere. We have to appear in Ferus. So we appeared, we passed. And then I didn't have any job. I actually belonged to quite a poor family from a small village. Then I applied for all the 5 DNs before MD medicine exam was there. The selection was before the exam. So cardiology people didn't call me, nephrology people didn't call me, endocrinology people didn't call me, neurology Dr. Chopra called me. They said, तुम करना चाहते हो neurology में? मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब चाहता चूता तो ऐसे ही हूँ, पर मेरे को कोई जॉब चाहिए, मेरे को जॉब नहीं है, प्रैक्टिस में कोई जॉब है नहीं, और मैं घर जाना नहीं चाहता. तो कहते चलो ठीक है मैं रख लूंगा, तुम देख लो कोशिश करो. तो गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी people called me in the interview. तो गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी में गया तो डॉक्टर चटानी थे, डॉक्टर आइकर थे. वो कहते भी तुमने तो अभी एमडी की नहीं, हाउ कैन यू प्लीज आर यू गेटिंग बोर्ड और इट्स ओके?
Yeah, I'm getting bored. So, it's all right.
हाँ, then any other thing we can talk. You are getting bored.
No, Ram Gopal.
Eh?
You are quite interested in what you're telling us.
Ajay sir, you are
Ram
muted.
Gopal.
Oh. Sir, we are not getting bored, sir. Actually, this is
Ram Gopal,
Ah.
you are never boring. You are most entertaining all the time. Time and even now.
Then we'll continue.
Sir, please continue. We are very privileged to hear our stalwart from PGI speaking.
Then
And the floor is yours.
Then I went, I said कि ठीक है डॉक्टर मेरे पास कोई पैसा नहीं है, तो अब डीएम में दे दो यार, एमडी का एग्जाम हो जाएगा, एमडी का एग्जाम बाद में है, तो पास हो गया ठीक है, नहीं हुआ इतना सी. कहते नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता, तो 6 महीने के बाद आ रहा. तो डॉक्टर वाही वाज सिटिंग देयर, ही सेड यू हैड अप्लाइड इन कार्डियोलॉजी आल्सो. आई सेड यस, आपने बुलाया ही नहीं. कहता है बुलाते कैसे, तुमने एमडी पास नहीं किया है, तुम चाहते हो कार्डियोलॉजी? मैं कहा हाँ मैं तो बहुत चाहता हूँ. तो कहते फिर ठीक है तुम आ जाना, मैं दे दूंगा, तो 6 महीने कुछ जॉब दे देंगे, वी विल नॉट सेंड यू होम. तो कोई जॉब दे के फिर 6 महीने बाद डीएम दे देंगे. एंड I appeared in the exam, I passed. Then I again went to Dr. Vahi. He said कि ठीक है तुम pediatrics की MD हो, I will give you a job. 400 rupees की job मेरे को दी थी उन्होंने. Then after 6 months I again appeared, and then they selected me. At that time they advertised कि भाई the seat is only for sponsored candidates, and there was only Guru and myself. All people, nobody was called for the exam. So then they selected me, and after I resigned from that job of 400 rupees. After 20 days, the circular came, okay, there's no job in cardiology, how can you keep in DM? Then Dr. Vahi wrote a very long letter that he had a job and for such fellow, we had kept him, now he has resigned, we have kept another person. So then a pharmacology job was given to cardiology, and I was and after Dr. Vahi did so much for me, but then I became a chamcha of Dr. Bidwai, or so called. So Dr. Bidwai was used to teach a lot somehow, and then in the exam also, that Dr. Bidwai at Khatri told me that you don't appear in the exam, he will push you out. आई सेड मैं तो डॉक्टर साहब आपका चमचा नहीं हूँ। तो कहते हो ना हो, जो मशहूर होता है वही होता है, वो तुमको रखेगा नहीं और पास कर देगा, जा देगा और जाओ तुम्हारे पास फिर नहीं। देन आई आस्क्ड राजू
तुम्हारा है।
एंड मनोरिया कि भाई मैं कैसे करूँ। दे हैड आस्क्ड मी तो अपीयर होने के लिए, कहते ना अपीयर हो, और वो कहते हैं डॉक्टर वाही कहते हैं कि अपीयर हो। वो कहते हैं डॉक्टर वाही तो पॉलिटिशियन है, तो वो डॉक्टर यही अच्छे आदमी है, तो कोई फर्क हो। देन आई डिडंट अपीयर। डॉक्टर वाही कॉल्ड मी कि तुमने फॉर्म नहीं भरा। मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब मेरी तैयारी नहीं है। तो कहता अभी 6 महीने बाद तुम्हारी बहुत तैयारी हो जाएगी। मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब वो तो जब मुझे फेल कर दो, मैं कौन सी चीज़ हूँ, पर अभी नहीं मेरी तैयारी है। तो कहता मैंने तो बुला भी लिया है, डॉक्टर नायर को बुला लिया, एग्जामिनर भी बुला लिया है। मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब दैट इज योर प्रॉब्लम। तो मैं क्या करूँ, मैं तो नहीं देख रहा। तो एट दैट टाइम ही बिकेम एनिमी ऑफ माइन कि अब इसको नहीं सारे। बाकी तो खैर एकेडमिक बातें हैं मेरे ख्याल है, जो डॉक्टर राजू माइट बी नोइंग बेटर। एक बार हमारी शीट टूट गई थी जब डॉक्टर तलवार कर रहे थे, शीट जो डॉक्टर सप्रू कर रहे थे, सारी शीट चली गई। वो पुराना जैसे डॉक्टर BN शाही बता रहे थे, हमारे पास होता तो पता ना कि शीट कहाँ गई। तो कैथेटर बाहर को आ गई, तो उसका जो हेड था बाहर आ गया। तो वो देखा शीट आरे में पड़ी है। तो हम सारे भागे भागे गए, तो डॉक्टर वाही को फोन किया। वो कहते हैं मैंने कहीं से पढ़ा है, वो डॉर्मिया कैथेटर से निकलाती होती है। देन वी वेंट टू यूरोलॉजिस्ट, सारे भागे भागे। तो वो कहे जी डॉर्मिया कैथेटर। वो कहे तुमको क्या नंबर है? आपने कहा तुम्हारी शीट है। आपने सर्जन को भी इन्फॉर्म कर दिया। तो सर्जन कहते नहीं हमको क्या पता है, जब हम खोलेंगे तो आरे में पड़ी होगी, बाय दैट टाइम इट माइट गो टू लंग्स। तो कहाँ खोलेंगे, हम कहाँ से रिट्रीव करेंगे? और वहां ऊपर तो थिएटर में तो फ्लोरोस्कोपी है नहीं। तो देन वी पुट डाउन a catheter and fortunately it came out and patient was academic student for WPW syndrome. बाकी तो राजू की मैंने बताई दी कि भाई PS पल्मोनिस्टोसिस के केस में राजू कैसे ठीक था, बिकॉज ही यूज्ड टू बी, जब भी कोई कंट्रोवर्सी होती थी, एक बार इसने कह दिया था कि भाई retracting apex beta is retracting in systole and everybody sort of pounced upon him. कभी ये कैसा हो सकता है? Apex by definition is a outward and motion of the heart. कहता है जब आदमी की फॉर्म करता है तो हो जाती है। तो nobody agreed and now we all know that it retracts in systole ज्यादा आ रही है। यही दो चार बातें हैं।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next on our distinguished list is Dr. Anjan Kumar Bhattacharya. Dr. Smith, can we play his?
Ritesh, can we play?
Sir, Anjan sir, the floor is yours.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible?
Absolutely, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So you have shown my career graph, and so I don't want to elaborate further. But one thing I want to only say that probably you will be showing me both pacemaker without any IITB or without any facilities. Now, what happened? The training in PGI was very high standard. At that time, we were doing all different types of left ventricular angiography, aortic angiography, and especially the congenital heart disease CAT studies, detailed CAT studies were done. But when I went back to my place, the Guwahati Medical College, the services were absolutely rudimentary. I didn't have even an IITB, even did not have a C-arm. So what to do? Some of the patients, that they need a permanent pacemaker. The number was quite high in Northeastern region. So with epicardial pacing, but it was too cumbersome. So we thought do a permanent pacing even without IITB or C-arm, putting a lead into the ventricle and pacing, then observing these complexes where there are SARTs also there, that the outflow tract or in the apex or in the way we position without seeing the lead in the left ventricular or right ventricular apex, and we could extract at the end. And most of the time we found exactly spot on in RV apex, and therefore we could continue that. And during the first 2 to 3 years when the IITB was not there, C-arm was not there, we did about 100 cases. 84 of them where I presented in a CSI conference, and of course people criticized us also, but there was no coronary training in PGI at that time, so I went to UK also, got it trained there, came back, got a cath lab, but cath lab was not working properly. Then the second cath lab, we got it during my tenure, and after that we are doing all invasive and non-invasive procedures in the cath lab. And we, I am very much satisfied that we could start the first DM cardiology course in the whole of Northeast. And once it was initially recognized, after that in 2010, there are 2 seats. Now my department, I am retired from 2015, but the department has got 2 and 4 recognized DM seats. In training, in the amount of sincerity of the people, but there are some other small things that I remember. It's really amused me, and I want to just mention just shortly. I think, Gopal Singh, do you recognize me? Do you recognize me? I think because you were 6 months senior to me, Dr. Ram.
You were so smart at that time. I was, I could not recognize you.
You must, Dr. Ram Gopal Singh.
I recognize, but I didn't recognize you because I thought that Bhattacharya used to look totally different. He was a broad face, a long face. At that time, he was so smart. I was never a smart person at any time, but you were very smart.
The thing is that there was just very small incident with you. That is, I think, is quite amusing. Not what happened. You had acute appendicitis. Yes.
That was before joining DM, when I was a research fellow.
At night, you had appendicitis. It has been operated. That is open abdominal surgery. The next morning, when just outside the lift, we are talking. We are sympathizing with you. Ram Gopal, oh, he had this acute appendicitis. He is lying in bed, so we must go after CPC, and he is feeling well. Then lo and behold, looking behind, I saw Ram Gopal with a briefcase. He is also going to CPC with us. Standard of sincerity and dedication. He had an operation time before, and still he is accompanying us.
I had a surgery in the evening, And in the morning, my shoes were there in the theater. I went there. Then I said, they said, why you are come here? You didn't get operated? I got operated, but my shoes are here.
See, I still remember how can I be so dedicated that only within 12 hours he's back to CPC again.
That day I
faced when I went.
That day I climbed 3 floors upstairs in the hostel because they didn't give me private room. And the doctor was very sort of criticized me. He said, run away, don't come for 7 days. I should not see your face. Are you making a mockery of the appendicitis?
Yes, he was the CPC next day only. Then another thing that the problem that I faced when I went to PG, mainly it was a language problem. So initially when that everybody said Dr. Wahi, Dr. Chutani, that they are very stalwart and we are really trembling in front of them. So I was determined that I must impress my seniors, I must impress my consultants, but the language problem is actually the real bar. So in the OPD, the Sikh gentleman, he's from village, he was talking to me, I am taking the history. So I was determined to take a good history, something that I am not understanding properly, and I am saying something he is not understanding properly. In between, he is protesting also. Then ultimately, I almost forced him in the bed, disrobed him and tried to examine him. His protest grew louder. My friends who came just after that time, he said, Dr. Bhattacharya, what? He is saying that Mari's Pinde mein hai. That means the patient is in the village. He is only an attendant. Almost made him lie down to examine him. So there are so many. A lot of things in PGI, but because of these.
Bhattacharya, this is Somraju, Dr. Raju.
And
the grand old man of PGI.
Okay.
I tell all my residents that I am working Raju.
I'll tell you a story about you. You were
About who?
about Bhattacharya.
Chopra.
No, Bhattacharya. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Okay. So we
You
were
don't have to
around-
take, at this
Actually,
age, you don't
Bhattacharya
have to
was
take anybody's
MD at
permission.
that time, and we were having a round in the city ward. Bhattacharya was
Yes.
posted in cardiology that time, and he said, "Well, you are going for the round today. We just were asking routine rounds and questions, and he said, I had a very interesting experience today, sir." Then what happened? We asked, all of us asked. And I was the senior resident and the rest of the residents were there. Then he said, Bhattacharya was a very bright and very sincere student. Being a medical resident in Chandigarh PGI that time, he was one of the few who was also doing rectal examination as was expected. Others were not doing. So then he said, today I did a rectal examination, sir. Suddenly I felt very natural. He said, natural. I remember. So that was Assamese language. So then I asked him, why
Yes.
did you feel natural? He said, then I realized the glove was torn. You remember Bhattacharya?
This he will not remember, I'm sure.
Doing his best to forget it, sir.
So many beautiful things, so many nice things that I just want to say one more thing just before I leave. Am I audible?
Yes, please go
Am I
ahead.
audible? Yeah. So this is happened while I was doing my senior resident medicine. I was posted in gastroenterology department. So at that time, my senior, I will not tell the name, you will know the name. He told me that I am going to do a colonoscopy today. And after that, he told me that he call the patient after 15 days. He asked me to call. I said, okay, fine. So after 15 days, the patient came and called him. I took to my consultant. He looked at him. I said, you called him? No, I have never called him. I have never seen him. I don't remember. I was surprised. Then I said, okay, you have called him for colonoscopy. Let me do a colonoscopy. Colonoscopy. As soon as he saw the colonic structure, and I think structural changes, he remembered his name. The person who's not remembered, he remembered looking at his column. And he said, oh, Manjit. So I still remember. See, he remembered looking other than looking at his face. So these are bits of PGI. Sanjay, we are aware ATM board, but it is to be in PGI, and this is still I consider the best part of my life itself. Thank you very much, and I must thank Dr. Smith and Dr. Ajay for arranging this session. For me, it is such a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We will go with Dr. Ramakrishna Pillai first, and then after that, Dr. Chopra. I see Dr. Chopra has joined, so since we've already planned Dr. Ramakrishna first.
Wow.
Before Dr. Pillai starts, I tell you one thing about him.
Am I audible?
Yes.
When he came to PGI first time in December, then at that time he came in half sleeves. And it was so cold and he got pneumonia. I think this was the first winter. He never knew that the winter is so hard in North.
Please go ahead, sir. Pillai, sir. Floor is yours.
I hope I am audible.
Absolutely.
I must first say that I am very, very happy to be here this evening with all of you. My mind goes back to the days I did DM in cardiology from PGI Chandigarh. I went to PGI in December 1977 for my selection examination, and DK Tolani and I were selected. And I joined the course on the 1st of January in 1978. My Professor P.N. Chutani was director PGI at that time. Professor Wahi was HOD cardiology. And I fondly remember Professor Bidwai, Professor Sapru, and Professor Khatri in that department. Later on, I had the privilege to be trained and taught by Dr. I.S. Anand and by Dr. Ubendra Kaul as well. After leaving PGI, I went back to Sri Chitra Institute. And in Sri Chitra, I worked for about 12 years. Then after that, I was associated with a hospital in the UAE, Mafraq Hospital, which is a multi-specialty hospital. We developed cardiology there, and I worked in that place for about 14 years. And 2002, I came back, and since then, I have been with KIMS Trivandrum, Kerala Institute of Medical Sciences. In all these three institutions, my work, my profession has been guided by what I learned in PGI. I must say that my professional work, the way I approach patients, and the way I approach the subject of cardiology have all been molded by what my professors at PGI and my seniors had taught me. When I joined DM cardiology, in the senior batch were Dr. Ram Gopal Singh, Dr. V.K. Chopra, Shivaram, and S.R. Mittal. Dr. Raju was, B.S. Raju was already also there. He was continuing as chief resident after completing his DM. All these people taught me a great deal. In fact, what I am today is basically the work of my teachers in PGI and my seniors there. I am very, very grateful to all these people for that. And I am also grateful for you for giving me this chance to be here and to be with you for some time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Shall we go to Dr. Chopra, Dr. Smith?
Yeah, sir. I think then I'll have few words for Dr. Chopra, sir. I worked with him at Gangaram. And other than cardiology, the best part I remember is that he hosted a party and, we drank till morning. And later on, when those residents, we got through DM examinations or entrance test and all, then we always used to recall कि यार एक वो party हुई थी. Sir.
So first of all, I would like to thank SMIT for including me in this group. And it's wonderful to see all old friends. I'm seeing Ram Gopal, I think, for the first time after I left PGI. Of course, I've been meeting General Shahi and Somaraju frequently, but there are so many others whom Ramkrishna Pillai, I think I've seen you after I left PGI for the first time. So after leaving PGI, I joined Gangaram Hospital, where I worked for 26 years. I was asked to go there by Professor Chutani. So that was fruitful. After that, I joined Escorts and I worked there for about 4 years. And then Medanta for 2 years, and now Medanta for 10 years, and now I am at Max Super Specialty Hospital. Dr. Inder Anand was instrumental in getting me into clinical trials and research. And I've been fortunate to take part in several wonderful trials. And that has really given me access and chance to get to know some of the thought leaders in field of heart failure. Somewhere around when I joined PGI, I started to specialize in heart failure. And about 7 years back, we started this Heart Failure Association of India, again at Dr. Inder Anand's behest, because at that time there was nothing happening. Fortunately, this organization has grown. Dr. Somaraju is one of our patrons in this. And right from the beginning, we had an association with the ESC Heart Failure. And they gave us an opportunity to hold joint meetings with them in each of their conferences for the last 6 years. They have been attending our meetings also. The organization has really become big. In the last webinar, which we did, our annual meeting, the sitting attendance was something like 6,000 people with participation from Middle East, Africa, across the country and some of the neighboring countries. So it's been an interesting journey and very fond memories of PGI Chandigarh. There are too many stories involving many of our friends, but that's for another time. But it's wonderful to see all of you here.
So
Thank you.
A few of those stories at least.
Please share.
Few of those stories.
Last time we had Dr. Somaraju speak, and he gave away many anecdotes, many secrets of his batchmates, and that really made us that even very fun.
So starting with Somaraju, I've been going to Hyderabad very frequently, and Somaraju has been instrumental in helping me get started on angiographies and all that. Somaraju was and probably still is considered a god of cardiology in southern part of the country. And one evening he took the department out for dinner along with me. So we are sitting at a long table, Somaraju and me next to each other, and we are exchanging old stories and kind of, going at each other. And his whole department of 25 people is looking shocked, looking at us. Suddenly Somaraju looks at them and says, "Please don't look shocked. We have known each other for so long that we have no respect left for each other." So, and then what? Ram Gopal Singh. Ram Gopal Singh, are you there? Let me tell you a story about Ram Gopal Singh. We used to present bedsides, and after the resident had presented the case, then each of the consultants would give their diagnosis. So Ram Gopal is presenting his case. He gives his diagnosis, and then Dr. Bidwai says something, and Dr. Khatri says something, and Dr. Wahi said something. So Ram Gopal very quietly gets up and says, "My diagnosis is this, Dr. Bidwai's diagnosis is this, Dr. Khatri's diagnosis is this, and Dr. Wahi, as usual, is plus minus." Wahi got up from his chair, glared at him, but then he didn't know what to say. So Dr. Wahi was a great teacher, God rest his soul, but some of the very interesting stories. Thank you. Ram Gopal, nice seeing you.
Thank you. There was a food poisoning history when we went to Raju's room. He had a drip of IV fluids on and reading the books. He had the biggest library in his room.
Chopra,
Yes.
uh,
First of all, appear on the screen. Switch on your video. Yes.
You are the smartest and wisest fellows we had in those days. And you continue to be that, and congratulations for what you are going through and what you are doing even now. And also, I didn't have the occasion now, but I missed it. Dr. Ramakrishna Pillai, we didn't have too much time to spend with each other, but he was one of the most brilliant people I met, Dr. Pillai. And then he left us early, and then we didn't have an occasion to spend with each other. But he was one of the best students and cardiologists I met. Chopra was, of course, is an all-rounder in all aspects of life. He is also one of my best friends.
That is true, Raju. We look upon you as one of our role models, and that is honestly speaking, not because you are claiming to be my good friend.
Thank you, sir. Next, we'll go to General Shahi, who's, for all of us in the armed forces, he is somebody who has been an inspiration from far. They say a bad teacher lectures, a good teacher teaches, and a great teacher inspires. And he has been an inspiration probably for the entire medical services of the armed forces. He's been the foundation of modern medicine, I feel, in the armed forces, an ideal combination of professional excellence, human qualities, ethical qualities, and somebody whom you can go to with any problem and always come back with some kind of an answer. I might be peeling off a little early, but I have delayed everything just to stay for General Shahi's. I'd like to hear him speak as well after his little video. Over to you, sir.
Sir, we'll have the video first.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Smith. Yeah.
Ritesh, please play them.
Please go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
So
Sir,
please unmute.
you have to unmute yourselves. Unmute the mic.
For DM course anywhere, candidate from the armed forces has to be sponsored. As you go to the All India Institute or different institutes for DM, you are sponsored by Army and they accept it. When I went to PGI after my MD, I met Professor Wahi and he told me that I am not going to accept any sponsors from armed forces unless you compete in the test which is open to all other candidates. I was the first who had to appear. Before me, Dr. Chima and 2-3 other people, they were all sponsored. They didn't appear in the competitive examination for selection, but I was accepted only after a competitive examination. You see, I was the topper of MD from Pune University, taught as clinical tutor of medicine in Armed Forces Medical College, and entered PGI in 1979 and passed my DM in 71. After passing my DM, I was posted for 2 years as honorary cardiologist to the King of Bhutan. And there I established, the Bhutan had very, very primitive cardiac facilities. So I started a small non-invasive lab for cardiac patients. And after 2 years in 84, I turned back to Delhi. From 84 till my retirement in 2004, that is 20 years I remained in Delhi. As I told you earlier, I worked in Armed Forces Hospital, which is called the Army Hospital, and was in charge of intensive care unit for 14 years. Singular, a person night and day, I used to attend to the emergencies in cardiology. But the facilities in armed forces were not as developed as it was in other places. So this was a limiting factor. So I tried my best and I dreamt that armed forces, I will make it one of the best in the country. And I started working on that. I had my contacts with a lot of people, the ministry, the president and the prime minister. I established a research and referral hospital called Army Hospital Research and Referral. I became the first director of that, principal director of that hospital. And first day of my joining there, within a month, I established a cardiac cath laboratory, a EP laboratory, a CT scan, and everything that is possible. I started within the first 6 months. We started working in different fields of cardiology, interventional cardiology, and everything that is known today, we carried in those few years, whether it was a mitral valvotomy or pulmonary valvotomy, the aortic valvotomy in critical cases, the angioplasties, dual chamber pacemakers, all, the ICD and biventricular pacemakers, ablation, septal ablation, everything. And I gave freedom to my cardiologists that you do everything, but discuss with me what benefit the patient is going to accrue. That's very, very important. So, and not a single procedure will be done unless it is properly discussed with me, and then the procedure must be completed without complication. That was the instruction given to all my cardiologists. And I used to myself command the hospital and worked in cath lab for 8 to 10 hours every day. I used to go home only after 12 p.m. at night. And we did everything. I think Ajay is there. He knows. He was a medical specialist when I visited him in Gorakhpur. He was a bright medical specialist, and I told him that you must apply for cardiology and to PGI, and he got it. He got into PGI, a bright student. And as you know, we did everything. RR Hospital, I brought it on the horizon. One day, the professor of cardiology from CTC Pune, and we have got a department of cardiology in CTC. So professor came and he said, sir, we have not been able to do biventricular pacing and ICD implantation. I said, all right, you select few cases. After a month, I am coming and we will do it. After a month, he told me that he has selected 4 cases for ICD and 1 for biventricular. I reached there in the evening before, and Same day by 6 p.m., my flight was in the evening. We did 1 biventricular pacing with ICD and 3 ICDs. I did it. The professor assisted me. We completed it. Came in paper also that first time in Pune, 4 ICDs have been implanted in one day. But what I want to, this is most memorable time for me in PGI. As you all know, 15 days before the DM examination, you are not allowed to enter the ward because the patients are selected for examination and all that. And that was the last round of Professor Wahi, ward round. The junior DM fellows, the senior going out, we were all there. I saw the ECG for about 30 seconds or 35 seconds. I told him that, sir, it is a case of QT prolongation with a recurrent torsado de pointe. He was happy. He took the ECG, kept it in his pocket, and told me this, a word I still remember. He said that when the teacher and the taught are on the same frequency, that is the culmination of the training. And for you, the training comes to end today. And he left the ward. All my Sahasranam will bear me out. Desai and everybody started congratulating me. I said, I don't worry about anything else, whether I will pass my DM examination or not. My professor telling that you are on the same frequency as me, that is the greatest tribute to a student. And therefore, I am very happy. So this is the journey which I had in armed forces, 20 continuous years in Delhi. I became the cardiologist to 3 presidents, S.T. Sarma, K.R. Narayanan, and of course, Dr. Kalam. I used to visit them. They all used to undergo everything under my care. Although there were a team of cardiologists from the country as honorary, but ultimately they always had trust in me. And a very satisfying journey. I taught students the science of cardiology, bedside diagnosis, that was very, very important. Other day, I had gone to examine the DNB candidates. They knew everything about angioplasty and all these things they were talking about. I just asked a simple question. You tell me, you have seen cases of atrial septal defect? He said, yes, sir. Tell me, how do you clinically assess the shunt, severity of shunt? How do you assess clinically? And no answer. I was really shocked that you people do not, they have been taught, and they are all interested in interventional cardiology. All interested in interventional cardiology. And interventional cardiology, if it is not based on benefits to the patient, it is of no point. Other day, a patient came to me, had undergone angiography, and what is his finding is that he has a mid LAD about 70%, and distal LAD is diffuse disease. Proximal to the mid LAD, a big diagonal is arising, big diagonal, as good as LAD. Circumflex is a very small artery with a proximal about 50% lesion. RCA is good. Angioplasty. I told the cardiologist what benefit you are going to get by doing angioplasty to this mid LAD when the distal disease is diffuse and there is a big diagonal arising proximal to the lesion. And they had no answer. So I personally feel that the PGI gave us the knowledge of science of cardiology. Intervention anybody can do. What is intervention? Nothing. I don't know what is intervention. I have done it. But at the end of the day, I am not satisfied. I personally feel that there are only 2-3 indications for angioplasty. One is acute MI, particularly anterior MI. If they have come, you open the artery, a clogged LAD, the patient's myocardium is saved and his life is better. One. The second is the acute coronary syndrome with high risk. The patient has come, you have done angiography, and there is a disease of the LAD or circumference or whatever it is. That is the case, you do angioplasty to save him from acute myocardial infarction later on. But today, every artery is being opened, which I think is not correct. We have got, MRF trial, multiple risk factor prevention trial we learned in DM, where they said only 2 indications for the bypass surgery, that is the left main and the triple vessel disease with LV dysfunction, particularly if there are proximal disease. But today we have got armamentarium of drugs. Those days, effective beta blockers were not available. ACE inhibitors were not available. ARBs were not available. When we were doing DM, statins were not there at all. Aspirin was there. We didn't have any of these antiplatelet agents. Only 2 drugs new we had during DM course was short-acting nifedipine, which Professor Wahi used to keep it in under lock and key in an Almira to be used sometime, and we used to have Cardaron. And I have seen the side effects of Cardaron with severe hypothyroidism. So those were the 2 drugs which of course we are using now. Long-acting nifedipine was not available. We had short-acting nifedipine came during our time, and Cardaron was being used in some cases. So we have gone a long way, and this is the time that we senior cardiologists who have spent our life, we must give a guideline to our patients, to our young doctors, what to do to improve the quality and quantity of life to our patients. After retirement, I am running a clinic in Bihar where I am seeing, I have about 50,000 files maintained by me, lot of patients with cardiomyopathy, ischemic heart disease, myocardial infarction, valvular heart disease, and many of them are being managed on proper medical therapy, and they are very, very happy because they cannot afford sometimes interventional procedures which may not be of much use to them. Therefore, I request and I call upon the present day cardiologists who are going to practice for next 30-40 years, let us evolve a method, let us practice evidence-based medicine. You develop your own evidence. This is good for the patient and you do it. Don't always believe on what the New England Journal of Medicine and the reports come from America. You don't, because they are also not, they are also in the same trap. I know of a patient, a brigadier, a retired brigadier. His wife died here in Delhi with some cancer. He went to US, and US had a acute coronary some problem he had. The son-in-law, he knew me, he rang me up that they want to do a angioplasty. I said, okay, send me the the coronary angio report, the CD, and I would like to see, and then I will decide. It was a circumflex lesion, proximal circumflex lesion, 3 places, tandem lesions, and they wanted to deploy 3 stents. I advised this brigadier that, okay, you come back, tell them that you are not going to undergo the procedure. You will go to India and then we will do whatever is best. So the professor there told him, the cardiologist, that if you go, we are not responsible if something happens while traveling to India. This brigadier obeyed me. He came back to Delhi and is still alive at the age of 92. Circumflex has been left as such. He's on beta blockers, he's on statins, aspirin, and walking every day 3 to 4 kilometers. He's doing very well. So we have a lot of data. Let us do that. Let us not chase the lesion. Let us chase the patient's symptoms and his prognosis. That is what I would like to say at the end of this. I'm very happy for the organizer to hold this meeting. In fact, it is like coming home to see all our friends from PGI who are here. My Nagaraj is here, Nagaraj Desai. I think very, days, proud day. Out of 7, we passed 3 first time in DM. You remember Nagaraj? Nagaraj, me and Sahasranam. We were the 3 who cleared in first chance, because clearing first chance DM in PGI was not so easy. It was not so easy. And 4 of our friends, they were left over, and we 3 passed in first chance. And Nagaraj, you remember we had a dinner at my place. We all had dinner. Call, I had invited Professor Call. He was our age group, and we all there. I really feel so happy to meet all of you, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir, really for those inspiring and, path breaking. I mean, they kind of lay down the path for us for the future. Next is Dr. Sahasranam. Dr. Smith.
I just wanted to say something about Professor Shahi. Can I say that?
Please go ahead.
Can I please? Yes.
Professor Shahi, 2 things I just wanted to mention. And Professor Kalam, I used to be involved with him in a different way, but he used to tell us he's in a very safe hands in Delhi. He used to mention your name, and we were so comfortable and happy with what you have done to him all along. And he says, I feel very safe and comfortable in being taken care of by Professor Shahi. Then secondly, you brought out the issue of interventional cardiology. Today, you see, many of our colleagues also realize every cardiologist on their nameplate, on their aprons when they wear, is written as senior interventional cardiologist. None of them write cardiologist. That is the order of the day. Thank you.
Can I say just one second? Dr. Kalam had great regard for Dr. Somaraju. It's very difficult to interact and say many things which I know about Somaraju. Always he used to meet me. He said he's the pioneer. I think he's advising me some stent. Raju stent, Somaraju stent. And today I agree that these stents which Somaraju devised, probably we couldn't all support it. The cardiologist, we didn't support it. Had we supported him, probably his Somaraju stent would have been one of the best stent, and probably we could have also coated it with different types of drugs as it is available. But Kalam always used to tell me that Somaraju does this. Somaraju has told me this. He had great regard for Dr. Somaraju. And really, we are proud that a person of such a beginning, very, very humble person, a product of PGI, who created a parallel institute himself. I took the support of the government to build an institute, but here is a doctor who, by his own experience, by his own example, created an institute of international standard. And we all feel very proud of it. I had told Professor Dr. Kalam that Somaraju should be given Padma Vibhushan. If not, Bharat Ratna. I had told him. He said, as a president, if the file comes to me, why don't you write? everybody writes the citation. President doesn't write. He said, President cannot write this citation. I said, why don't you tell the chief of your research wing to recommend his case for at least Padma Vibhushan? And somehow I couldn't succeed because there is a lot of politics involved. So it happened. And
Professor Shahi, thank you. And I got more than I deserved in life. Thank you. Let us move on.
Dr. Smith, next is Dr. Nagaraj.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Dr. Nagaraj next.
Dr. Nagaraj.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Smith and Dr. Swami, for this wonderful opportunity. In fact, I was looking forward to this meeting simply because I knew that I would be meeting stalwarts like Dr. Somaraju, Dr. Chopra, Dr. Shahi, Dr. Sahasranam, and of course, Dr. Gopal, Ram Gopal Singh Shahi also. Indeed, it gives me a great pleasure to be part of this. And as I was listening to all my predecessors, I was getting recollections of PGI Chandigarh life as if it happened yesterday. Though I lived there for 6 seasons for my MD and DM cardiology. The first interaction that I had after I finished my entrance examination in 1975 was with Dr. P.N. Chitani. I did not get selected for medicine, and as there was no seat in medicine, I chose the radio diagnosis. And Dr. Chitani, kind of funnily remarked saying that you are one of the smartest persons I met with at the time, he said. Mind you, ultrasound was not there, CT scan was not there, and none of the imaging sciences were in that order that we see today. In fact, that was the reason why he was making fun of me, in fact. Later on, I changed to medicine and, of course, did my DM cardiology. And I still remember my fond associations with Dr. Somaraju, who used to take evening clinics, and very intense discussions we used to have with Dr. Shahi and Dr. Sahasranam. And during my pre-exam days for DM, I still remember Sarthi wearing his red t-shirt or a green t-shirt and sitting along with me, going through the MCQs and what are the possible questions and how would we tackle them. And group discussions were very intense. And in fact, I still remember the bedsides that were very kind of excavating the, almost the skills of the students. Like Dr. Raju participating in his own style of making presentations, and Ramakrishna Pillai was having his own style of presentation, and Dr. Chima, for instance, his own styles of presentation. And of course, we had so much difficulty in cath lab, and one day when we were catheterizing a patient of AST, patient develops a cardiac arrest because we didn't have a good image intensifier, and Dr. Kaul ran to the office of Dr. Wahi, and he didn't want to touch the catheter until he is in PGI Chandigarh, until it gets replaced by good cath lab. Several of those instances, happy-go-lucky that we had with Dr. I.S. Anand, we always enjoyed rounding with him. So also with Dr. Bidwai, and very funny moments we had with Dr. Khatri Saab. All these were very remarkable, memories that I have about Chandigarh. As I moved out of Chandigarh, I wanted to come down to Bangalore, joined MS Ramaiah Medical College. From scratch, we set up the department. As Dr. Shahi was very privileged to get the government resources, we didn't have that kind of resources, and still he manages resources so gainfully for the benefit of the society and public at large. Congratulations to him. We created such facilities in Bengaluru and also in our own medical college. Now, in this connection, I must kind of put it on record that I used to take my patients to Hyderabad, the place called Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences. Dr. Somaraju, held my hands to restart my catheterization, skills, and upgraded my skills in catheterization and invasive procedures and other things. In fact, we had to restart our invasive careers after a gap of nearly about something like 5 to 7 years, because when I joined a medical college, we didn't have those facilities in our setting. We learned our echocardiography along with Professor Bidwai, because Dr. Khatri was not interested in learning echocardiography at that stage. We used to struggle with M-mode echocardiogram to recognize the tricuspid valve versus the mitral valve, pulmonary valve, trying to image, and aortic valve being imaged. Several of challenges as we were in the final phases of DM training in PGI Chandigarh. Post-training program during my career, I had great opportunity to go around the country and in the world and interact with several of these stalwarts. And thanks to our mentors, that whatever we have been able to achieve today, it's all because of mentors like Professor Wahi, Professor Bidwai, Professor Khatri, Professor Sapru, and several of great friends we had. We considered Dr. Somaraju and Dr. Chopra as better mentors than the professors themselves, simply because the approach to the clinical cardiology was very unique that we learned from our own seniors, and we even now fondly remember. The discipline of the department, discipline of the PGI, also we carried it forward even during our career journey. And even today, when I start my class exactly at 8 o'clock in the morning, my student friends get very upset. Why are you obsessed with 8 o'clock time? Why not 8:05? Something like that. Post-retirement, I have settled down in Bengaluru. And of course, I do teach DNB cardiology students. Like Dr. Shahi says, the emphasis being more and more on interventional cardiology, the aura of clinical medicine, clinical cardiology, it may be disappearing to some extent, but definitely it will come back with the insurance systems being strongly in place and people start getting questioned. And if we don't question ourselves, the systems will question you while you are not efficient and proficient. So thank you so much, Dr. Smith. Thank you, Dr. Ajay Swami, for this wonderful opportunity. And thanks, Dr. Sahasranam. Thanks, Dr. Shahi, for being part of myself during my DM career days. One thing I could not match with both of them. Both of them had wonderful handwriting. Even I remember Dr. Shahi's handwriting. I was getting disappointed. I was getting frustrated to know that he is nearly something like 5 to 7 years senior than me, and he would write such beautiful handwriting. So also Dr. Sahasranam. Even now I remember his handwriting so well. Thank you, friends. Indeed, Thank you, Dr. Somaraju, for hand-holding me at critical junctures in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Here,
sir.
Thank you for saying all that. And, he was not only one of the so good in cardiology, he was the smartest fellow in his personality and looks. And looking at him now, I'm surprised that he can get old. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Desai. Dr. Ajay Swami has to leave for to attend to an emergency. So we'll carry forward with Dr. KV Sahasranam video. Dr. Sahasranam, please. I think we have lost connectivity with him because I don't see his logged in. So Ridesh, can you confirm?
Sir, I think sir is not there. I am just checking.
Yeah.
No, he's not there.
And is Dr. Charandas Gupta also there?
No, sir.
So then we have around 5 minutes at our hand.
Yes,
So
sir.
we can have any kind of a discussion, any stories to be retold and recalled.
I have a suggestion.
Sir.
We all from PGI, all of us are accomplished people in our own way. I thought that why not we start some fundraising by ourselves so that we create some fund for very, very poor people. You know, I come to a part of the India where people are very poor, the Eastern Europe, Eastern UP and Bihar. People die without a pacemaker, complete heart block. Today only I have seen 2 cases, through the video, complete heart block, very poor people. They have to go to All India Institute, wait in a queue. The turn probably will come after 1 year by the time they are dead. Why can't we rage? And this is what is I find in clinical practice. 50,000 people I have treating complete heart block. Why can't we raise some fund so that we give 50,000 or 60,000 to such people to save their life? I am ready. If you create a fund, if you have an account, if you start an account, I will contribute by my first contribution of 1 lakh rupees. I will give to this, but for that you have to create a fund, get it IT sort of clearance, that is a fund for the poor people. And once you have done it, my first installment will be 1 lakh rupees for the poor people. And life saving. There are many children are dying because the VST is there. They cannot do the VST surgery. Similar, heart blocks and things like that. I am not out for, angioplasty and all that. That I am not. But for complete heart blocks, plenty of patients, very poor, they can't get it. We should do it. Similarly, for some congenital heart disease, where you can save their life by getting a surgery done from some good place, I think we should create a fund. This is my contribution. Once you have, I will give 1 lakh rupees straight away, and then I will gradually, as you start working, we will do that. Let's raise a fund for poor people. We can make a committee who will approve to whom we to give, and we should advertise so that poor people can apply to our this thing, and we can get it done in our institute. For example, Smith is there. I will send a patient to his place and he will get it done. Whatever is the cost of pacemaker, he will get from that fund. So this sort of thing we should do. This is my suggestion. If you all do it, I think if you approve it, then I think we can go ahead.
Sir, it's a very welcome suggestion, but there are few things that I'd like to tell you. That at my institute, everything is being done free of cost. It's a government institute, and all those patients who come under any government scheme, whether it is Ayushman or the state-owned scheme. So right from a simple angiography or ECG to maybe TAVI, it is done free of cost to the poor patient. So if any patient you come across who has a Ayushman card, you can send him directly to our institute, and I guarantee you that it would be done free of cost, barring 150 rupees per day charge for the bed. Rest everything is free. That is one thing, sir. And second is that this welfare society, though because of the corona we had some setback, we are trying to make an account not for the suggestions you had given, but for the members only, so that we can have some kind of a, it becomes a continuity. It is not that we join and we leave, it becomes a continuity. So a small amount, few of the members would be taken as executive members, and we'll have kind of a, whatever is regulations required for maintaining that society, that we are trying to follow. And the third is that in this concern only, that we have the classes, every one class held on fourth Saturday of every month, one. And second is that video of that class and even video of today's event, they are uploaded in a PGI cardiology channel on YouTube separately. So you can see, you can witness what we have done in the last 1 and 1.5 years. And third is what I feel, that being such a huge gathering of cardiologists, we can start few registries, sir. Because PGI is known for its data and its its studies. Like we had CPCs, we have been part of so many studies. Why not we start a study where we all can contribute, and it can be taken up by different. So we have so great physicians and cardiologists here, that each one can take one part, one subject, one topic, maybe heart failure, maybe arrhythmias, maybe MIs, maybe congenital heart disease, and so on and so forth. And we can come up with good data. So probably I believe that this is just a beginning. and let's take it forward wherever we can, because this will just give us a platform to collaborate. And then maybe ideas like this, like today Dr. Saeed suggested, so that can be worked up. We can even create an account like that. We can have it properly audited. We can use it for, there are few really poor ones who do not have a Ayushman card. So it can be used for that. Them. We like when I had come from PGI, I had brought, post-mortem pacemakers with me, because I knew at that time my state did not have any scheme.
Hello.
So those 7 pacemakers I could implant here. And
Sure. Thank you.
have these things started.
Dr. Srivastav,
Sir.
this is Somraju.
Sir.
And, it's a wonderful suggestion by Professor Shahi, and if that is started, I'll also join in matching what he suggested. Take me for granted that I'll also donate whatever is appropriate, and please keep us informed.
Sure, sir. What I would suggest is, sir, that you all guide me that how we can create such kind of account and funds, and how to execute them. My experience is very limited when it comes to monetary things. I'm always afraid. So I think, sir, we can call today's evening to an end. We did miss Dr. Charandas Gupta and Dr. Sahasranam. Probably everyone was very keen to hear them speak. And I hope that in the next class that we'll have, that would be we call it as master class. And I hope that we'll see all of you there. And I thank Dr. Ajay Swami for co-hosting this session, and all the dignitaries who have come today, sir. And we do keep, I'll try to add you to the email group, as well as you are already there in the WhatsApp group. And I have a long list of those members also which we are missing. So if possible, we can, find them and join them. So then can we?
Yeah. Thank you.
That was great, Smith. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ramakrishna Pillai, Dr. Shahi.
Wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Smith, thank you so much.
Sir, thank you. Good night, sir.
Somaraju, thank you, sir. Dr. Ram Gopalji.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Right, sir.
Bye-bye. So, bus.
अपनी नहीं मिला है बस खत्म हो